I connected my Claude to TradingView, and this has got to be the #1 best thing that I'm using my Claude for right now. It is able to build me charts like this right here and actually on its own analyze exactly how profitable any of my trading strategies would be, and the best thing out of all, it can actually also design trading strategies for you or optimize your trading strategies for you by talking to it in plain English. There are 0 coding requirements and it's actually extremely simple. So the first thing that we are going to need is a Claude account. You can download Claude over on claude.ai or claude.com/download. Get it for yourself on either Mac or Windows or whatever it is that you are using, because we're going to be using Claude Code for everything we're going to be talking about today. And as a secondary step, we're going to be needing ourselves a TradingView account. I'll leave a link to both Claude, TradingView, and another very important thing down below, so you can easily get access to it all. But what TradingView really even is, in case you had no idea whatsoever, is this platform that lets you analyze charts, hopefully make some predictions as to what you think is going to happen in the market next. And connecting your Claude to it is so beautiful because usually it's quite a lot of manual effort to insert certain patterns or to do any sort of analysis, and it's only since very recently that an actual normal consumer can use these tools. Before, it used to be the multi-million, multi-billion dollar trading desks, and now you and I can do it too with just a click of a couple of buttons. Now, as a third step, we're going to be needing ourselves any sort of trading account. I personally only trade crypto, and the platform I trade crypto on is Bluefin right here. The main reason I'm using Bluefin right now is because they've got a massive $5 million trading competition coming up that also is going to reward people who are using AI to trade. You also get some pretty nice bonuses for just signing up, so just click it down below with the link. It'll make sense, and here's the next very important step. I will leave this prompt down below for you to find. It is very important that you put a prompt of similar sorts in your own Claude Code. Just run it as a fresh Claude Code session. You can of course vet it for yourself before running it, or only run specific parts of it. But what we're basically going to be doing is running the TradingView MCP. Now, what this basically is it's a certain way to download the Telegram app on your device and actually have Claude be able to interact with it. Now, there's no native connection whatsoever yet, so we're using the tools that other people have built. Again, if you want to vet it for yourself, you can go over to GitHub and check it all out for yourself. You can use AI to ask, hey, is there anything malicious in this? Should I actually be going ahead and downloading this or installing this, so to speak? And you can make any sort of adjustments that you want. Anyway, regardless, once you've inserted this prompt, it'll ask you to allow a couple of times. Most likely tell you need to restart your little TradingView app that you've downloaded at this point and your Claude Code a couple of times. Just restart them as often as is necessary. And then starts the fun. So what you can do right now is you can tell Claude Code what you want to see in your TradingView chart. Of course, as you can see from this, I decided that TradingView here, or Claude actually, should show me a whole analysis of, in this case, 113 trades and exactly what the results of this would be. But you can also tell Claude that you just want to only see one specific indicator, like for example, an EMA or another EMA or some Bollinger Bands. But in this case here, I decided it needs to showcase a full trading strategy over the past 6 months and see how profitable it would have been. As you can see, this is, for example, on a $10,000 account. Here's the exact trades that it took. You can scroll through every single one of them. And the profitability would have been about 27.1% with the equity chart shown below that. I actually asked it to specify a bit further of how exactly one of these strategies would have looked like. This is my V12, not V11 or V3 or 7. I don't know which one you just saw. This is again another different Claude trading strategy that it actually generated for itself. The strategy uses 100% of its equity per trade, which is pretty crazy, but the results would have been turning $10,000 over this 6-month span into roughly $13,200, with the max drawdown being 23%. So on $1,000 at some point, it would have been down roughly $230 to an equity of $770. But the 10 best trades are actually the 10 most extreme trades are being shown right here, with the best trade being 62.9 thousand to 71.4 thousand, leaving us with $135 on a 1K account or $1,350 on a 10K account, with the worst loser being a short going from 75.6K to 78K, resulting in us losing about 3 point something percent or minus $300. Actually, this trade below that is slightly worse, but it's the worst long that we had, also minus 3.4%. And if you want to run simple different strategies in different tabs, you can just tell it you want it to open up different tabs, save it as a layout, something of that sort. Here's, for example, a V3, here's a V10, and here's a V11 of a certain trading strategy. It just keeps reiterating with different specific parts changed. And it's just super simple to do. If I wanted it now to insert every major resistance, every single major pattern, if I wanted it to show me any sort of break of structure, any liquidity grab, anything of that sort, or any of these major trading patterns right here, all I'd have to do is ask Claude in plain English to draw any of these in the chart, and whenever it finds one of them, it will give it to you. You can tell it you want it to draw in a dot in the chart every single time the price breaks above the EMA but stays below a certain RSI. Any of those things you can let Claude try to insert into the chart. It will not be perfect at the start, but the more you play around with it, the more it'll realize exactly what it is that you want. And I'm really so glad that we finally have some sort of tool that allows every single person around the world to basically have access to a multi-billion-dollar trade desk type of software. Still, in my opinion, absolutely crazy that this is now possible. You can find all the links for this down below. And let me know some of the coolest things you've built using this, as it's, for me, by far the most useful way I am using Claude right now. But anyway, if you enjoyed it, make sure you press that like button, as I post about these AI things every single day.